Hi, lovelies. I hope you're having a great day. I'm going live today just because of the fact that I've been meaning to make this video and I just got through shooting a bunch of videos, but I didn't think of making this video. So I'm just going live now and then you can join in the discussion. I thought that would be kind of fun. Whoever has time, whoever's going to show up here. I just love YouTube and I watch quite a bit of YouTube. I don't watch television ever really. We have Netflix, but I hardly ever really watch a show. What I get stuck on is just YouTube. I don't really watch a lot of other YouTube vocal coaches, but I do. I have friends also, of course, but I just kind of check what others do and I get suggestions and I check out other videos. I'm on the email list of a few others and I just love to just kind of see what they do, just to get inspired. And just to make that clear, I never even think of it as, it's not like there's a competition between me and any of other vocal coach here on YouTube, and I don't ever want it to be, and that's not how I ever see it. I think that you should watch anyone and everyone and take lessons from anyone and everyone who can help you. And most likely that is more than one person, and most likely you gravitate to certain people more than to others. So, but of course, since your personality is very specific and every vocal coach even has a certain personality and an approach and a style and certain genres that they're an expert in, still I have my own opinion about some of the stuff that is going on. So it doesn't even matter if it's on YouTube or off YouTube. This is just something in general that, some thoughts that I wanted to share with you that I have when it comes to other vocal coaches, which I've come across a lot of others. And of course, I've had to deal with a lot of, just the fact that a lot of my students have had vocal coaches before. And of course, they have watched a lot of YouTube videos before. And I get questions all the time. And I see what has happened, good and bad, because of other vocal coaches and voice teachers before. And I know what is going on. So can you just give me a thumbs up if the sound is good? I have an external mic plugged in and I'm hoping it's working. It's just one of those live streams that I just did on the spur of the moment. Give me a thumbs up if the sound is decent. Hoping so. So, okay, here's my opinion about vocal coaches. Now, I think what Ken Tamplin says is very true. So the proof is in the singing, which I think is very true. So first of all, of course, thank you. Thank you, Christina. Good to have you here. He's one of the few biggest channels here on YouTube when it comes to voice training and vocal coaching. And definitely the proof is in the singing. First of all, of course, the way the vocal coach sings, because really, I'm very suspicious of anyone who doesn't have any videos out of themselves singing. And what if it's only a couple videos, if they have like 300 videos out there, but there's only 2 of themselves singing, other than maybe demonstrating something here and there, I don't know why. It's like, if that is your passion, and if you do this for a living, or maybe some don't even do it for a living, you don't have to. You can be an awesome vocal coach even if you don't do it for a full-time living, like I've been doing. And I know Ken Tamplin does that for a full-time living too. But I just don't know. I want to kind of also be inspired. If I wanted to learn singing, I want to be inspired by my teacher and by someone who's teaching me something. I want to listen to their voice and think like, yeah, I want to learn that right there. And if someone can't really show you something that you're inspired by, I don't know, it wouldn't really be for me, because I need someone to be awesome at what they're teaching. I know there are teachers who maybe aren't the best in the world. I mean, I know there's tennis coaches who themselves haven't been on number 1 ranking, and they're awesome coaches. Same with soccer. But I think with singing, it's really, you have to have the experience. And I think if you want to teach singers who want to be on stage, you have to be one who has been on stage, not just occasionally, but who has the experience. What happens to your voice when you're under pressure? What happens to your voice when you sing a lot of gigs, and when you sing with bands, when you sing with mics or without in different settings. So, okay, so we talked about Ken Tamplin, and I love Ken Tamplin's approach. I agree pretty much with everything he teaches. I think also that everyone kind of has their own quirks. He has this quirk of his tongue. Like, I don't know, my students say like it's the Ken Tamplin tongue. He has this thing about pulling up his tongue, which the style of music he teaches, I guess it's okay. If you did classical music like that, it would not be okay anymore because you wouldn't have enough space on top for like really crystal clear, whether it's really tenor chest voice or soprano head voice. You wouldn't have enough space up there. Really, classical music is about really achieving almost perfection when it comes to resonance and space. In popular style music, there's a lot more wiggle room, if you want to say, for individual quirks. And so that's just my thing with Ken Tamplin. Love what he does. Ken, you're like, you are awesome. I'm such a fan of your work because you're teaching good technique. And that's what it's about. It's not like about woo-woo. And so it's really about sustainable singing. And I agree with everything Ken Tamplin says. There's a few other vocal coaches that I really respect who might not have huge channels, but I think you should check them out if you don't know them yet. So one of them is, I actually did a collaboration with him, Dr. Dan. So Voice Essentials is his channel. And he's very similar to my approach. He has a very technical approach, and he explains a lot in depth about how the voice works. And I think that is very useful to know. I think singing is really a combination of knowing the anatomy and how things work, because knowing helps you just kind of picture and feel. I think I felt my larynx now, and I know where it's located, so it makes all sense. So it has to make sense. But then also there's this other element of like, knowing and feeling and doing. And then of course there's the musical aspect. When, sometimes all I have to do is tell my students, like, just be desperate. And then something happens to the voice that I couldn't even explain in all the technical terms. If I told them, okay, be slightly more breathy, then push a lot of breath out at once while still having some vocal cord closure. If I just say, be desperate, something happens to the body and you're doing intuitively the right thing. But anyway, Dr. Dan, Voice Essentials, another really great channel. And he lately has been putting out a lot of videos that are like longer videos where he has live interaction, live interviews with other experts. So very interesting to watch that. So the next one I really love, who also doesn't have a huge channel, but I love his teaching, is Power to Sing. Is that what it is? I think. Chuck, what's his last name? Can't even think of it. Chuck, if you're watching this, why can't I not remember your last name? But he is in a lot of musical theater productions, so he also knows what he's talking about. I think he's only doing it semi-professionally, but I think he's doing pretty good. Now, I can hear that in his, he's good at what he does. It's just a little bit of a different level than maybe someone who's like 100% a professional musical theater singer. However, what he teaches is absolutely has hand and foot. It's absolutely, I agree with everything he says. Chuck Gilmore, yes, thank you so much. I have talked to him personally, so thank you. So those are some really, really great ones. And of course, there are some very specialized channels. I'm actually not going to talk about the ones I don't like. I'm just going to say some general things of what I don't like and what I don't agree with. But I absolutely am not the kind of person who does anything negative about anyone. I don't talk negative about anyone. That's what I try every day of my life to get better at. Just do not talk negatively about someone. Don't talk about them if it's not positive. That's just me. And I just don't believe in that. So, but I can just tell you some general things that I don't agree with. But first of all, let me talk about, I love, why can I not remember all the names now? I love Justin Stoney. He has humor and love his teaching. He's really good at what he does. He's also a good singer. So I really love him. Another one I really love is David DiMuzio. And I've had an interview with him. It's on my channel somewhere. It doesn't have a lot of views, but he has a main channel, David DiMuzio, and he changed his vocal coaching channel's name, and I can't remember what it is now. I think maybe it's only DiMuzio Lessons. So it's David and then DiMuzio, David DiMuzio. He has a main channel where he does a lot of performance videos. He's a great singer, a great performer, good-looking guy. So I really urge you to check his channel out if you have not already. I think he kind of puts up vocal coaching videos, not extremely regularly, maybe not like every single week a video. I'm not sure anymore, but for a while he didn't, because he's very busy. He also goes on tours, and he also does, he publishes albums, which for me really always just gives me a lot of respect for someone, because that's me, right? My main job is still being a performing artist. And I think there's a difference between someone who just teaches and someone who teaches but is like 100% professionally a performing artist full time, and who has been. And I think that's a difference. So, okay, let me talk about Tristan Paredes. I think that's how he says his name, but I've watched just a few of his videos. So he's very famous for his reaction videos, which, I've recently gotten into reaction videos. Why am I doing those reaction videos? I'm doing them because they have been so highly requested. And also, I want other people to find my channel who are also interested in vocal coaching. I'm not just doing reaction videos. Let me get on another tangent here, but there are a lot of vocal coaches who have now only gotten into just making reaction videos because they get tons of views. Really, they get so many views. I put up the Dimash and I put on the Nightwish. They got like tens of thousands of views within just a few days, whereas when I teach a lesson, it doesn't get as many views. I guess there's a lot of people interested in just watching the reaction, but they're not maybe singers themselves. But really, what I want with those reaction videos, I want more eyeballs on my channel who, of singers who actually are interested in finding out more about how does this singer do the technique. And I've been getting some comments on my reaction videos like, don't talk, shut up. And I'm like, well, if you wanted to watch the actual performance video, you would go and watch that performance video. If you want to see my reaction, which isn't just a reaction, but I want to comment on what is happening and what that singer is doing, you're going to get the gist of what they're doing technically and performance-wise. And that's what I want my channel to be, and that's what it's going to stay. I'm not going to morph into just reactions just because they get tons of views. I want to provide value, and I will answer your questions just in just a minute. But so Tristan Paredes is very famous for his reactions, and he's just, he's a character. But I think it's kind of crazy because I went on his website once and he charges like, I don't know, $800 or $850 for a lesson. I think he's not even taking any book because he has like, I think close to 1 million subscribers or so. So, but it's his thing, right? So it's his thing, and he has a background in he's a singer and he's a musician. I think he went to college. I'm not sure 100%, but he's not the guy you would maybe check out if you wanted to be a professional singer and perform on stage. I don't know, just like I wouldn't. Which absolutely does not mean that I don't think he could teach. He could teach you something. He totally can. I'm absolutely sure of it. But it's just the vibe I get, right? So there's certain. I have another vocal coach here in town, who my daughter went to kindergarten with his kids. He has 5 kids. So and we talked, and when he moved, I was here first in town. When he moved here with his family, he asked me, so is it okay with you? Like, I'm also teaching and I have a studio here now. I'm like, totally. I'm like, I don't think we threaten each other in any way, because I think everyone has a different style. And then we got to talking about, so what's your format of lessons? So how do you teach? Because I told him once, it's like, are you also exhausted after your lessons? He's like, no, not at all. So we talked about it, and he's like, yeah, I just kind of play through the songs, and my students just kind of, they have a job and they come and they just want to relax a little bit and sing nice songs. And so I'm like, oh, now I understand why I'm so exhausted and you're not, because my students, they come because like I'm a performing artist, and I have high expectations of them, and I want them to be professionals and all that. So it's different, right? So my students, we're like they get here and we're like, okay, let's go. Like, do the exercise, and did you do your homework? And let's get somewhere. Let's have a goal. Let's have a target, and let's get you ready for something. And so it's so different. That's why it's not even competition. So let me answer some of your questions here as I go along, and then I'm going to go on talking. I'm really bad at reading questions, and then I'm getting off on tangents, and then I can't even remember what I wanted to say. Really bad about this. A male coach of YouTube. So yeah, Dr. Dan, I think, is really good. Voice Essentials. I think Eric Arsenault is awesome also, especially if you want to get more into soul and R&B kind of singing. So he's really good at that. And he ad-libbing. He can teach that. He's really good at that. That's his style. It's his strength, definitely. And then of course, Justin Stoney, he's also, I like him a lot. But I think his channel is called New York Vocal Coaching, Voice Lessons to the World, something like that. Lynn, hi Lynn. I really appreciate the value you bring to your channel, Freya. Thank you so much. Reaction videos are fun once in a while, but I'm here for the training coaching. Exactly. See, and that's what I'm doing. Right now I'm doing a reaction video every other week. And then in between, I'm doing my lives, and now I'm doing my other videos also, which I think is so important, because I want, my channel is for singers. And I'm also going to put on, I'm going to put out my own music too in between. But basically, I want you to get a lot of value. And I want you to be inspired. I want you to be inspired and to be motivated by what you see on my channel. I want you to when you get into the slump, I want you to come to my channel and be like, this is going to be I know which videos to watch that are so going to motivate me. I want you to always find something that's going to inspire and motivate you and be like, now I feel like singing. Now I want to do it. And, even it could be, well, thank you so much, Floor World. I appreciate it so much. It could be that you listen to one of my videos where I sing. It could be one of those, how to sing that song. Maybe you're finding the song that you're working and struggling with, and that could help you. Or you could just really get into some technical aspects that you need to address and really know more about. And you just, build your knowledge base. It's really complete. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I really put a lot of work. And as my channel really started, my channel really started as a project for my students, which then I thought, well, my students left my studio because I have a lot of college students, because we have a big elite university close to where I live. And so a lot of students from the university come and study with me. And the nature of college students is just that they stay here for a couple years and then they leave, right? And so I had to make a way. I wanted to have a way, because they always kept me, do you have a DVD or a CD? I'm like, that's so unpractical. Who has, even nowadays, really? who has DVDs and CDs anymore? Really? My computer does not. None of my laptops have a CD drive anymore. Who does that? And so I thought videos would be so much better because a CD is it's okay, but you gotta see. You gotta see. And so I thought making a video would be really cool. And then I thought, should I make it in German? Because of course I'm based in Germany and most of my students are German, but they all knew English. And I thought then I could potentially reach more people and put my knowledge out there, and a lot of people around the world could understand. And I know I get a lot of comments that are even not in English, that are in Russian and Spanish, and I don't understand. But it tells me that there's a lot of people from all over the world who still watch my videos, even though they're in English. So did I get a vocal degree? Yes. I have a bachelor's of music and vocal performance from Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas. And then after that, I did a soloist diploma at the opera school at the Musikhochschule in Stuttgart, Germany, which is then to be a certified professional opera singer. So yes, I have 2 degrees. So this is just a query. How to know? Okay, wait a minute. I didn't get the first part of this. I'm just a bathroom singer. Hi, Vicky Trey. It's very tough to sing for a male in the key of E. Say Titanic. I can, but how to know the highest note that I have hit? See, ma'am, I'm not trained singer. Okay, so if you don't know what the highest note is, get an app, a piano app. I have one on my iPhone called Virtuoso. It's a free app. And if you don't know which pitch you're singing, ma, ma, ma. I mean, okay, I have perfect pitch, but I don't know my voice is, but that was B flat. You can kind of try out another app. It's a good question because you should know which note you're singing. If that is even too hard for you, you could get an app like, what is it called? Let me get it. Vocalist Lite. I've mentioned it before. It's just the one that I happen to have on my phone. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, not getting any money to talk about them, but it's like Vocalist, and I have a light version. It's free. I don't know if it's available on other platforms. I have iPhone, I have Apple. So you go to Tuner, and then look, like you do this. Ma, 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 ma. It says A sharp 4, which is the same as B flat. But there you can see which pitch you're singing. See, it tells you which pitch you're singing. And that's very cool because you need to know what pitch you're singing. And by the way, you would not sing every song in E. It's just, every song has a different range and a different tessitura. I get asked that a lot. It's like, so what is it? I think my key is like A sharp, A major. There's no key of A sharp. I think my key is like A. I think I can sing in A. I'm like, yeah, you may sing one song in A, and you may sing another one in F, and another one in C, and another one in D, and another one in G, and another one in E flat major. So it really depends on the song. So if I have 100 songs, probably I'll have one song in every key that covers all the keys there are. Yes, of course I speak fluent German, aber ich spreche kein Schweizerdeutsch, sondern einfach nur Hochdeutsch. Ja, ich bin aus Süddeutschland. So hope that helps you. Yeah, somebody asked me if I speak German. Yes, I speak fluent German, not Swiss German though. Kind of know the dialect. Repeat the name. Which name? Which name did you like? Justin Stoney or Dr. Dan or Chuck Gilmore? Those were the 3 coaches. Oh, the app names. So Vocalist Lite is the one that tells you which pitch. And Virtuoso is my piano app that has like a piano keyboard, but that's on Apple. And I'm not sure, but you can find, if you just search free piano app, I know there are some on every platform. I'm absolutely sure of it. And there's probably something similar to Vocalist Lite on other platforms also. Okay. Guten Morgen, yes. Well, it's not morgen anymore. It's 5 p.m. almost. It's 4:45. How can I start singing? Okay, so if you haven't started yet, I suggest you start at the basics, and that is pitch control. Start pitch control and then start at posture, how to breathe properly, and you could try to watch the video that I have about beginning, like a beginner vocal warm-up routine, and do some of those. That would be a good place to start. But I think pitch control and controlling just where your pitch lands is one of the really most important things that you can do as a beginner and as an advanced, because pitch control is so, so important. Bitteschön. Okay. I don't know if I'm a bit late, but I'm here now. You're not late. I'm okay. I have time. My daughter's actually at a kid's birthday party. And so I have a little bit of time today to hang out here. Bakun is asking, is singing in head voice a good option if someone doesn't have a high vocal range? So that's the last question I'm going to answer. And then I want to actually get back into my opinion about other vocal coaches. See, I'm getting off tangents and because you're asking me so many questions and I want to answer, but I would like also to keep the discussion going here actually. Is singing in head voice a good option if someone doesn't have a high vocal range, a large range? Yes, you must sing in all registers. I have a video actually named that, why you have to sing, or you must sing in all registers. Don't neglect any register. So if you're only singing in chest voice and you're leaving out head voice completely, you're missing like at least an octave of your range. That's kind of crazy, right? There is a definite limit to how high your chest voice can go, beyond which it's not healthy anymore to sing in chest voice. So you have to start mixing, and then you eventually have to go into head voice. So, I mean, there's no way I'm going to sing that in full chest voice. It's not possible. But in head voice, you can get so much higher. And at the same time, a lot of women, you know, especially if you've sung in choirs, you're so used to maybe just always singing in head voice because you're soprano and you're always having to deal with a break. So instead of dealing with a break, you just stay in head voice. But you must also practice chest voice because otherwise you're never going to achieve a sound that's going to sound right for pop music. So like, give me one moment in time. Doesn't quite sound right, right? It's like fully tilted, larynx tilted, head voice. Give me one moment in time. In chest voice, it sounds right. And head voice, it sounds not exactly like it's supposed to. So, thank you so much, Angela. Enjoying reading your book. Oh, I'm so happy you're reading my book. So if someone hasn't read my book yet, Master Your Voice, my personal approach to more skill and depth in singing beyond perfect technique. You can pick it up on Amazon as a Kindle or just a printed copy, and also as an audiobook on my website, masteryourvoice.tv. So thank you for reading my book. Hi, Meredith. I did talk about Ken Tamplin at the beginning of this video, so I talked about him quite a bit. So you could probably go back to the video after I get off live here, and then I want to talk about it some more. How would you recommend learning pitch control to someone who's somewhat tone deaf? Use the app. Use the app. Like, you could first of all just use this one, like ma, 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 and try to hit the pitch. And if you totally cannot, you can also use the other app. No, that's the wrong one. Ma, 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 and see if you're hitting that F. Just an example. Yeah, you have to start with an instrument, ideally. So let me continue a little bit and actually just have a discussion about the topic, about other vocal coaches on YouTube or in general. Maybe you've had a vocal coach. So the problem I have with some vocal coaches is that they claim they can teach all these different styles, although they're really only specialized in a very specific style. So I would be very careful. So if you are taking lessons from a classically trained singer, and I just don't know why that is on YouTube, there's not a lot of vocal coaches who talk about classical or opera singing. That's why my opera videos have a lot of views, because there seems to be not a lot of material out there. But if someone is trained classically, and I know, oh, there is Singer's Secret is a channel that, I like her. She is very nice, but she's singing a lot in head voice, and I think she may not realize it all the time. And I have a background in opera, but I also have a heavy background in singing in bands and singing pop and rock. So I've always sung in all those different genres, in all different voice styles. And so, there are some voice teachers, even here on YouTube, especially females, who don't even realize that they're not really singing chest voice, but they're singing more in head voice, especially when they're going a little higher. But that's not belting. Belting is more coming from the chest approach and then mixing on the top. It's like ba 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 ba. So I'm mixing on top, and I am somewhat transitioning on the top. It's very different. I don't have the tilt and the larynx going on. Madeline Harvey, yes. I think what she teaches is all, it has hand and foot. I just don't know, like, again, everyone's personality. You have to click with someone's personality. And Madeline Harvey, I like her. I think I'm always, the first thing I go to is actually someone's singing videos. And if that totally impresses me, I'm like, wow, awesome. And if it doesn't impress me, I'm like, So Madeline Harvey, she had one of her performance videos that didn't impress me. So, but, totally, again, it is such a matter of taste. Okay. It just wasn't my taste, I guess. And so, which, is to say, oh, Rebecca, vocal athlete. So I haven't really gone in depth on her channel, but she is doing tons of reaction videos, and she's like really heavy into that right now. So she's really banking on that, which, it's okay. That's her strategy, and that's good. I like her personality. And I think she also sometimes puts out videos that are, excuse me, I'm a little hoarse now because I've been talking for hours. I've been filming videos. I just don't know. My channel is more for singers, really, and I want it to be. I haven't really checked a lot of her teaching videos. I think probably I would like them better than the reactions, because I don't really watch reaction videos. I don't know. I think why are people so fascinated to just watch someone sit there and be like, oh, wow, ooh, whoa, whoa. I don't know why is that so fascinating? And that's why it's really hard for me, because I've gotten a lot of comments on my reaction videos, the few that I made, just like 4 now, like, don't talk. And I'm like, what? It's not a reaction if I don't say anything. If I'm just sitting there like, ooh, ah, ooh, what? I don't know. It's kind of silly to me. I don't know. It's like, to me, it's kind of dumb just to like sit there and say nothing. For me, the point is that I'm reacting, and I'm telling you my opinion about that singer and about the performance. That's what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Natalie Weiss. I don't know her yet, so maybe I'll check her out. Okay, let's see. It's the joy of seeing someone enjoy or discover something you like. Okay. I see. But still, it's like, then I would like, if I love someone, and then I'm watching someone also loving what I love, I want to hear what they're thinking. and not just like, ooh. I don't know. It's just me. Maybe I'm just not that type of person who, enjoys like just watching others. I do enjoy watching my daughter, to like, I could watch her for hours. So fascinating just to watch my daughter. Maybe that's kind of what it is. Um, okay. Thanks. I need to check that out. Beth Roars, I also don't know her. I know there's tons and tons of channels. Yeah, put it all in the comments and I'm going to check those out that I don't know yet. But again, for me, what is really important and indicative is, are you inspired by that person's performance? I don't know. Like, if I learn from someone, I want to learn from someone who inspires me, not just by their teaching, but also by the way they sing. And that's what I always do first. I go on the channel of some vocal coach, and then I want to find their own performances. And I want to kind of just hear their voice, and I want to see what they do. I want to kind of see their story. Do they like Dr. Dan? I think he has some really old videos on his channel, just like me. Before I ever did tutorials, I just put a bunch of videos on, just to kind of put them somewhere online. And that's always the most interesting to me. I love those vocal coaches who actually started as a performer, and then they use their YouTube channel just to kind of host their videos, just to kind of put it somewhere. That's what I did. And it's really nice when you can watch performances from 10, 15, or even longer years ago. I don't know when I started my YouTube channel, probably about 10 or more years ago. But I didn't even, just like had a few videos just to send people like, oh, by the way, I put that video on, or just for myself to save it, right? I watched Beth Roar's cover Creep and was not impressed. Maybe a bad choice for her voice. Okay. See, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just, yeah, probably it's also still a matter of taste. Neo says it's also a kind of voyeurism to see others shocked, fascinated, whatever. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Tara Simmons. Do you know her? No, don't know her yet, but thank you. Yes, Ken Tamplin. I've talked about him a lot. I mean, he's one of the biggest ones. I'm kind of sad that Felicia Ricci. If it's CCH, it should be Ricci, right? If it's Italian. That she's not putting up any more videos. She announced at one point that she is taking a break because she is working on her own music. I'm working on my own music. I'm producing some albums right now. And I mean, doing YouTube it's not like making a couple videos per week. It's not like it takes hours and hours and hours. So, but that's her choice. But I'm kind of sad. She was a great musical theater singer, or she is still a great singer there, and she sang professional musical theater. So that, again, that's the proof for me. Someone has some experience and knows. I mean, if she had the role, I think she did Elphaba in Wicked, so obviously she knows something. Some vocal coaches suggest singing songs to learn, and many of my singing friends learn this way, playing a song over and over and paying attention to details to emulate what the singer is doing. Well, yeah. Okay. I have an opinion about that. But I don't want to go deep into that. I think you have to start listening differently when you're a voice student. You have to start listening to details and picking up on certain details. I'm really big on that. And you will. Once you really start knowing a few things and you start working on a few things, you will notice other things that you have never picked up before. But don't ever sing along. Do not sing along. You're not going to learn a lot singing along. It's not good. So record yourself and then sing along with yourself. That's better. Once you've learned the song, you don't want to memorize something that's just wrong. Tara Simon is pretty good. I like her analyses. She also got RL vocal coach of, what is RL? I'm not sure, of Angelica Haley from AGT. I'm not familiar with that. What is that all? I don't know. So maybe because I'm from Germany, I'm not so familiar with some abbreviations and certain organizations. Is it Tara Simmons? Oh, she has good content. Okay. Like I said, I don't really check a lot of other vocal coaches. Sometimes I'm interested in, I just look at what people search for and what topics are needed. And so that's why I sometimes kind of just check some other videos. Also, do you know songs to recommend to practice, as I find it hard to pinpoint a song that is easy? Small range, alto, nothing crazy. You know what? You can do any song you want, but just do it in your key. That's so important. And I know it's not easy to find like a backing track. If you don't play any instruments, it's really hard to sing a song in your right key, but that is so important because just singing in the right key is going to make it so much easier than having to sing it in the original. You just really don't have to. Oh, America Got Talent. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with, I know of the show, but I haven't watched television in like 12 years or so, and I don't watch those kind of shows. I have Netflix, but I've never ever watched Netflix because I don't know. I just don't. I said that already, I think, in this video. But sometimes guys' songs are easier to start with and then just put up the key a few steps. Yeah, it just really depends on also what kind of voice the guy has. There are some guys who have a crazy high voice. I mean, their keys work for me usually. And then there's like an average guy, not that key. I'm going to have to transpose it. Kann's auch auf Deutsch schreiben, bin Deutsche. Ja. RL is real life. I'm not so into the internet abbreviations. America Got Talent and Angelica Haley. I don't know her. Oh, she's one of the contestants of America Got Talent. Okay. I know they have, Filipinos have talent. Do they have that show in Germany? I don't think so. They have The Voice. They used to have X Factor. I don't know if it's anymore. They had DSDS. It's like American Idol, but the German version. And there used to be a mean guy, Dieter Bohlen. He was like the Simon of Germany. So, da war jemand schneller. Okay, I guess so. How does the twang help the voice? Patti LaBelle uses it perfectly. Well, I guess you can call it twang or ping or resonance or overtones. I actually just made a video recently about that. If you can look at my channel, I talk about resonance, ping, twang, overtones, squillo, sometimes it's called in classical music, and it talks all about that. What do you recommend for a male belter whose voice is changing from soprano? What? You're changing from soprano? I don't quite. Wait, you're a woman, right? I don't get it. Are you male or female? But are you male or female? Actually both male and female voices. Oh, your son. Okay, I'm sorry. Both female and male voices will go through some kind of voice change in puberty. That's normal. So if he used to sing, so when you say soprano, I'm assuming he's saying in head voice. There's boy sopranos who sing in head voice. And that would be a challenge then to start singing in chest voice, but in a healthy way, and starting belting on the top. I have tons of videos about belting. But I think there's a danger of just getting louder and louder and heavier as you get high on chest voice, and that is not the healthy way to do it. You have to start backing off those thyroid muscles to where then you can start mixing and engaging the cricothyroids just a little bit, and then slowly transitioning into the full tilt of the head voice. That is the hard part. to not just get louder and just yell out and shout out as you go higher. That is the danger. How have I got you, Freya? Now I've got you, Freya. I don't see because judges are mean. You don't see because judges are mean. Yeah, it can be. It's just so sad. I think, like I said, I don't believe in bashing anyone. I don't believe in negativity. All I can say, like my opinion, I click with some people and some I don't click with. And, it's just a personal preference. I don't say a person is good or bad. I just say I like them or I don't like them, or I agree with what they say or I don't agree. But, it's everyone's decision if they think someone's legit. And I feel, how do you know that a vocal coach is legit? I think, first of all, it's their own singing. Do they have experience? I mean, not just singing a bit here and there, but have they really worked under high pressure, working a lot and in all different situations, all different styles? I mean, maybe they don't have to do all different styles, but just have they worked, and do they have that, the actual experience under their belt? And do they have the education to actually know what's going on in the voice? Because if you're just a good singer, I remember when I started teaching, I had no clue. When I started taking lessons, I had no clue. I was just someone, I could just sing. I couldn't explain how. I couldn't have told you anything about the thyroid, about the larynx or the pharyngeal space or the soft palate or space and placement. I knew registers, of course. I just knew how to do it, but I had no clue about, like, what is the name for this and why is it working that way? I had no idea. And when I started teaching, it was not easy. I learned the most about teaching about the voice by teaching it, because I had to learn. Of course, I learned in college. We had to take vocal pedagogy. So I studied vocal pedagogy in college, and I had a wonderful teacher, Dr. Silic. Loved him so much. Dr. Silic, I love you to this day. You influenced me in a very positive way to be a very great teacher. And you were such a great teacher, and that's why, great role model there. But does the teacher actually have the knowledge? Do they have the education to where they don't just know how to sing, but do they know how the voice works? And of course, you have to have a lot of experience as a vocal coach. 15 years ago, I could not have told you all the things I am telling you today, because I learned so much by teaching so many students. I just don't even know how many, hundreds. I've had hundreds of students in my studio here. Lots. And my master class has been going on for, I think, 2.5 years now. I've had so many students, and Skype lessons, thousands of lessons I've given. So that gave me a lot of experience. So any question you throw at me, I can probably answer, because it has been here. The issue has been here before, and I have dealt with it before. That to me is another thing. If someone has no experience in teaching, or just a little bit of experience in teaching, or just teaching and no performing, that's different too. I don't know. For me, it takes both. How's life in Germany? Great. Do you live in Germany right now? Yes, I do. And by the way, there is a live workshop for 2 days in Germany, June 9th and 10th. I'm giving a live workshop in Tübingen for 2 days in the Bechstein Center. It's going to be really awesome. It's going to be an epic event. If you go to masteryourvoice.tv, you can find all the information. It's MYV Live, Master Your Voice Live. That'd be awesome to see some of you. So at least those who are in Germany or close, Switzerland, Germany, I might meet personally and work for 2 days. It's Pfingsten holidays, so Sunday and Monday is a holiday in Germany. I don't know if it's in Switzerland, but there are still some tickets available. What are your thoughts on the CVT, Complete Vocal Training Teaching? I'm not familiar with that. So can I tell you something? I'm absolutely not familiar with a lot of methods. The method I learned wasn't a method. I was in college and they don't teach a method. I was taught to sing. And the method was learn how the voice works and then try to make a good sound and try to sing this opera to where it sounds the best. That was, I don't have a method, and I have never studied a method. I know there's speech level singing, SLS. I've heard of that, and I don't know any of those. I have to be honest. I don't really know a lot of gurus and a lot of names, and I just don't. I just worked professionally, and I have been working professionally as a singer. I know conductors, and I know musicians, I know band leaders, I know composers, I know producers. I don't know those big names in the vocal world, like in the vocal teaching world. I don't know, because first and foremost, I'm a performing artist. Okay, how long has it been? I have no idea. 51 minutes. Whoa. It's like the hour full. Okay, let's just go to an hour. And then I think this is fun to hang out. So, struggling finding my voice. No idea whether I was singing right or not. Yeah, so if you don't know if you're singing on pitch or not, this is really hard to do on your own. This is when you really need someone who knows, who can hear, who has the ear to decide and tell. How do you do Skype lessons? You can't play along while I sing. Yeah, I can't. That is a challenge. That's why I would rather I always try to convince everyone to join my masterclass, which has worked pretty well. Because in my masterclass, it's a 4-month intensive training and you get to post videos. And I also, by the way, have an option instead of a one-on-one Skype lesson, which is totally true. I can't accompany you on the piano, but I can give you the pitches to start on, and I can demonstrate. But there's also an option where you can book a one-time feedback on video to where you send me your video of your performance, or whatever you're doing, singing a song or doing exercises, and just giving me a summary of this is where your voice is at. And then in return, I send you a summary, or usually it's about 20 to 30 minutes that I do of personalized video feedback of me commenting. It's almost like me reacting to your video, because you're going to see your video and my face at the same time. And so I'm going to react, and I'm going to tell you all about what is it that you're doing great and what is it that you can work on, and here's the plan, and this is what you could do. So it's on my website. I don't know the link right now, but if you go to masteryourvoice.tv and go to work with me, you can find all the options. There's one-on-one Skype lessons. There is the masterclass, which is the most intensive, the 4-month, but it's closed right now. No registration. It'll open back up in May. And then there's also the one-time personalized video feedback that I was just talking about. You can find it there. The one-time feedback is only $89. So that is probably the most affordable way to have my personalized feedback for what you do. So, well, thank you so much, Ella. I'm the best teacher for real. Well, thank you. Like I said again, you have to click with someone, and you have to like what they do. You have to like their personality. So everyone needs something different. So not everyone is going to click with every vocal coach. And even my own teacher that I had, I think she was the best teacher for me. She was the most awesome teacher for me that I could have possibly asked for. I love her to this day. Barbara Gilmore, she's awesome. Barbara, you're the best in the world. You're so awesome. And, but she, not everybody clicked with her. Some students, they changed teachers. They started out taking lessons with her, and then they wanted another. So it's so different for everyone. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different personality and different preferences. So you should go with your gut feeling when you feel comfortable with someone, because singing is very, very personal. you have to feel comfortable in someone's presence, and you have to feel like you can open up and you trust the person in what they say, right? Talking about your voice and someone like change your voice, it's like very personal. And Kristen, I love your teaching. Thank you. I tried the CBT and it made no sense to me. I learned so much more from your videos. Well, thank you so much. Oh, there's actually, by the way, there is, what was it called? Oh, I don't know. Somebody posted a link recently. It's called Singorama. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of it, but Singorama is like a singing course that you can get online. It has all these reviews that are so positive, and they're like, it's the most awesome thing in the world. But I don't know. It claims, see, this is where I'm calling BS. It might really be a good course, really. But here's the but. I haven't looked at it or anything, but the claim that you're gonna sound like a professional in, I don't know what they claim, like a really short time, like a week. In 15 minutes a day, you're gonna sound like a professional after you take this course. I don't know about that. Why did I spend, or I didn't spend, I had actually a full scholarship. Why did I have to go to school for 6 years to learn singing? If I could have just taken Singorama for $69. I mean, really, BS, right? I'm not going to say the word, but, and by the way, BS for me stands for belief system. No, really, if anybody's going to tell you you're going to sound like a professional singer if you just practice for 15 minutes a day for, I don't know, even if it's like for 3 months, or let's just say 1 year. Practice for 1 year, 15 minutes a day, and you're going to sound like a professional. I don't know. Why is anybody going to college then? And why do even the most famous opera singers in the world still take lessons all the time? No. And then I tried to look up, I can't remember her name, but I tried to look up the person who actually created this course. I could not find a single thing of her performing. Not YouTube, not SoundCloud or anywhere. I couldn't find that. Really? I couldn't. I'm sorry. That's just, to me, no, you're not going to sound like a professional just because you practice for 15 minutes every day. Especially not after like a couple weeks or so. You're not. I mean, you might sound like a professional right now if you have put in years of training, or if you're already naturally so good, you might sound like a professional, but you can't just, everyone's so different. How can you make that claim? I'm sorry, it's just me. Have you heard of Katrina Velarde? No, I haven't. Oh, yes, I have actually. I think someone in my Facebook group. I have a free Facebook group, by the way. If you're not in it, why not? Master Your Voice with Freya. Yeah, I could probably look her up too. I've heard her name. Eugene saying, I love this live sessions. Thank you so much. I improved so much through this. Awesome. Freya, please don't stop. Looking forward to episode 4 bootcamp. Yes, I'm looking forward to bootcamp next week. I don't know which exercise I'm going to do yet, but I said last time, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do something for head voice, because I have, on the last 3 lessons, I've touched basically just chest voice. Those exercises are really made more for chest voice. And I want to definitely address head voice, because I think it's just as important as chest voice. You should never neglect any part of your voice, whether it's high, low, soft, loud, any aspect of it. Hi, I'm Zamirul Arabnia, and you're a very good teacher in all over the world. And one thing I would like to mention here, that I have learned so many skills from your voice videos, and many wishes and regards. Well, thank you so much. Muse for Music, I love your name. I appreciate it so much. Justin Stoney. Yes, Justin Stoney is awesome. I talked about him too. I really like him, and I respect him a lot, because he's a great singer and a great teacher. And he has some humor. I love it. He's eloquent. So I like that. Yes, we're going to get to mixed voice also. Definitely. So let me see how we're on time. Yeah, the hour. Now we're on an hour. So I'm going to wrap it up. Whoa, I've talked a lot today. See, like, there's my camera. There's my camera. I just actually, flip screen is still out. I just got through filming a bunch of videos for my channel, which are going to come out in the next few weeks. A couple of reaction videos. I got one more on Dimash coming up, and I got one on Morissette Amon coming up. And I got, let's see, since you got the inside scoop today on the live, I got one really cool video that's coming out probably next week. Haven't scheduled yet which one's coming, but 10 ways to save your voice. I think I had a video before, 10 ways to kill your voice, and now it's 10 ways to save your voice. So hope you're going to check that out when it gets published. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Been talking for hours, and now I'm just going to have a well-deserved Feierabend. Those of you who are German, they're going to understand. I'm going to have Feierabend, although it's already Saturday. It's weekend. I'm supposed to be off work, but I'm still working, but it's not work for me. Not really. I always tell people, it's like, really, for the past 20 years, I've been getting paid for what I love most. And, seeing happy faces when I sing, it's the best. I love what I do just because I see happy faces. Everywhere I go, I only really deal with people who are happy. This is awesome. I mean, someone working at a bank or, I don't know, even retail, they have to deal a lot with negativity and people who are unhappy with something. And I really only ever deal with people who are happy, because when I come to a wedding or an event, people are getting music and they're getting together and there's great time and they're enjoying time together. This is just the greatest gift. And that's why I would love my channel to be very, very positive, no bashing, no negativity, constructive criticism. Yes, we all can learn from that. And even I learn, I take it to heart when someone says something and it's legitimate. It's like, I make mistakes and I don't know everything. I'm not the goddess of voice. I'm totally not. Although my name is a goddess name. Freya is a goddess name, Nordic goddess. But but let's stay positive and always do it all for music, in which lift us all, right? Thank you for hanging out. I hope you'll be back next week for my Thursday boot camp lesson that is live and everything in between, and my podcast and all that stuff going on in my Facebook group and Instagram. So yay. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Have a great weekend. Get some singing done or just listen to some wonderful music. I love you all. Bye.